A tale of two passengers, Quam 1 and Quam 2. Have you ever been at a Nigerian airport, sweating in a queue that isn't moving, and you see one oga in a flowing agbada just stroll past everyone, past the queue, past security, past the rules, escorted by an airline staff who is suddenly smiling like they have just won the lottery? You look at the staff, you look at the oga, and you look back at your own boarding pass, and you ask yourself, are we even in the same country? Well, in August 2025, Nigeria got its answers. And the answer, my friend, was a loud, resounding no. What did they happen? Picture this. Scene 1. A popular veteran Fuji musician. A man connected, they say his phone call don't even need to ring. They just appear in people's thoughts. Let's call him the Maestro. The Maestro is at the boarding gate and there's a problem. He's carrying a water bottle and the airline rule says no. He insists. He needs it for medical reasons. A verifiable claim, perhaps, but the disagreement escalates. But the real actor of big manism, the moment that truly broke the internet was when he allegedly went onto the active tarmac and physically tried to stop the plane from taking off over a water bottle. This is a level 4 security breach. The kind of thing that gets you a complimentary, all-expense-paid trip to a dark room with no windows. What happens to him? A temporary no-fly ban, a public apology, a promise from the NCAA that an investigation is ongoing and he will be treated fairly. No arrest, no charges, case pending. Now, scene 2. Just a few days later, a regular Nigerian woman, no title, no connections. Let's call her the citizen, Mrs. M&C. She gets into an argument with a flight attendant over putting her phone off. Things get heated. She slaps the attendant, a serious offense, no doubt. A level 2 offense. What happens to her? She is dragged off the plane, her clothes nearly ripped off, whisked away by security, charged to court, and remanded in a maximum security prison. To top it all off, the airline slams her with a lifetime ban from flying in Nigeria. For life! So, let's get this straight. The point isn't about what wasn't done to the Maestro. It's about the sheer overwhelming force of what was done to the citizen. A 6-month ban versus a life sentence from the skies. An investigation versus a prison cell. If you're confused, don't worry. You're not crazy. You've just stumbled upon the biggest open secret in this country. And today on Newsense, we're going to break it all down. The framework. The two Nigerias theory, you see, the problem isn't the rules. The rules are actually quite clear. The problem is that in Nigeria, we're operating two completely different countries at the same time, under one green, white, green flag. There is Nigeria A, the official country, the one you see on NTA and in government press releases. In Nigeria A, there are laws, procedures, and consequences. It's the country for the rest of us, the everyday citizens. The country where you have to queue, where you must turn off your phone, where if you slap someone, you go to jail. This is Comfort Emance's Nigeria. Then there's Nigeria B, the real country, the one that runs on handshake whispers and all-important question, do you know who I am? In Nigeria B, the rules are just suggestions. Consequences are negotiable. Power is the only currency that matters. This is Quam 1's Nigeria. The true story of our two airport incidents is not about who was right or wrong. It's about a collision between these two Nigerias, right on the airport tarmac. And to understand how Nigeria B always wins, you need to understand the operating system. There are levels to it. So, what are the pillars holding up the velvet rope of Nigeria B? First, there's the unwritten constitution called big manism. This isn't about being rich, it's a performance. It's the belief that your status, your wealth, your connections automatically place you above the common person and the common law. When the Maestro allegedly asked the airline staff, do you know who I am? He wasn't really asking a question. He was making a statement. He was invoking the citizenship of Nigeria B. He was reminding them that a rule as trivial as no water bottles could not possibly apply to him. And when challenged, his reaction was not annoyance, it was outrage that his status was not automatically recognized. The second pillar is what we'll call the procedural alibi. This is the masterstroke, the genius loophole. The official regulation states that for an unruly passenger to be prosecuted, the airline must press charges. Think about that. The power to enforce a federal aviation law, a matter of public safety, is handed over to a private company. So when a big man from Nigeria B causes trouble, the airline is faced with a choice. Do they follow the law or prosecute a powerful, well-connected individual who could make their life very difficult? Or do they just let it go? ValueJet, the airline, in the Maestro's case, chose to let it go, at least as far as we know, for now. An official even hinted it was because the airline owner and the musician were friends. And just like that, the justice system is stopped before it can even start. The airline's decision becomes the perfect alibi. Our hands are tied. The airline didn't complain. It's a brilliant system for ensuring that citizens of Nigeria B are never held accountable by the law of Nigeria A. But then there's the third, newer pillar, the digital megaphone. If the formal system is rigged, where do the citizens of Nigeria A go for justice? They go online. Social media has become our unofficial Supreme Court. The videos of both incidents went viral. The hashtags started flying. The phrase selective justice was everywhere. The digital noise became so loud that the authorities in Nigeria A could no longer pretend they didn't hear it. This public pressure is likely the only reason the Maestro faced any consequences at all. The authorities were forced to act, to be seen to be doing something to calm the digital mob. It shows that while Nigeria B is powerful, it's not immune to the court of public opinion. It's a new check and balance, powered by outrage and data plans. So, why does this system of two Nigerias even exist? Is it just because some people are greedy or arrogant? No, it's deeper than that. The fancy academic term for this is neo-patrimonialism. That's a big word, come on. But let's call it what it really is. It's government by friend. It's a system where the state is not a neutral umpire serving all citizens equally. Instead, it's treated like the personal property of those in power. The public office is a tool to reward your friends, your family, your ethnic group, and to punish your enemies. Loyalty to the big man is more important than loyalty to the nation or its laws. In this system, a uniform, a badge, or a government office is not a symbol of public service. It's a source of personal power. The airline official who lets his big man friend break the rules isn't failing at his job. In the logic of Nigeria B, he's succeeding. He's using his position to maintain a valuable relationship. He's servicing the network. This is the root cause. This is why a phone call can squash a police case. This is why contracts go to the chairman's cousin. And this is why an international airport can be turned into a private playground for a well-connected musician. The two airport incidents weren't an anomaly. They were a perfect demonstration of our country's true operating system. When you understand that, we are all living in this reality, where the formal rules of Nigeria A constantly being undermined by the informal relationship-based rules of Nigeria B, you will finally understand this country. Besides this video you're watching, you can also read a quick article of today's topic or swipe our blazing Instagram carousel that breaks it down in seconds. If you want more, we built an interactive web analysis so you can explore the facts and numbers yourself. And if you're really ready to go deep, every Newsense episode comes from extensive research, the type that could take you days or weeks to go through on your own. We've even made the full PDFs available for you to download, all on popcentraltv.com. I'm Olayinka Obebe, and I do this every day. Catch Newsense and Popcentral, DStv 189, and YouTube, Popcentral TV, TikTok, Instagram, and everywhere. Explore the stories, drive into the data, keep the conversation going. If you want me to explain anything, just let me know. I'll break it down, dig up the systems, dig up the data, and give it to you. Stay sharp.
Just so you know, this is for information only and not advice. Some details or policies might have changed by the time you're watching this.